Greetings, fellow pilots. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to No Man's Sky, Episode 3, Antimatter. Malicious compliance, I named it the same thing it was named. Alright, so here is the build tree. If you hold Z, you can see all the things that you can build. There's also different styles of some of the items, so there's like multiple different types of carbon walls and angled doors. So here's the teleport module, which requires carbon nanotubes and metal plating. So I need to get enough ferrite dust for the metal plating. There's lights and flags, and you can get rather complex bases, and I'll get into that later on. Well, for now, I want 200 ferrite dust so that I can get the metal plating for the teleporter. Alright, there we go. So I got the ferrite dust. I need the carbon nanotubes, which I already have the carbon. No problem. There's 2 of them. And now, here's a little teleport module. So the teleporter is pretty amazing. It allows you to, like, just teleport from portal to portal of your known portals. So now it wants me to learn the biofuel reactor blueprint, because the teleporter doesn't work until it has power. So here's the biofuel reactor. And I already have salvage data, because it's something I got ahead of time. So for this bad boy, I just need 1 more metal plate, and I actually already have the iron for it. No problem. So here's the biofuel reactor. And then learn electrical wiring, which you're given for free. You don't have to spend salvage points for it. Costs 0. And then what I could do is go to electrical wiring and wire up the biofuel reactor to the portal. And then if I put fuel in the biofuel reactor, like condensed carbon, let's say, I have 50 hours of fuel for this teleporter. So this is the Kapon Grim base. Nice. Alright, base computer has an update. Additional archives recovered. Scanner detects unusual broadcast, repeating 16 from the space station. Warning, end of archive, records interrupted. Base computer archives have reached their end. It seems there is nothing more I will learn from them. My predecessor appears to have left their base and headed for the space station. So we're headed to the station. Oh, is this plant life? Huh. It's not entirely mechanical planet. We're also getting pretty close to the end of the Awakenings, which then, the game has main quest lines, but it becomes a lot more sandboxy here on out. Once it's done. There's 1 more ship part that I need to build on the ship, and then we're basically set up for the basics. Where you all will start to be able to vote on priorities. So here is the space station. Almost... Okay, I shouldn't say that. Most solar systems have space stations. Not all of them. Some solar systems are uninhabited, and some solar systems are pirated. They'll have pirate outposts. But this, for the most part, if you go to yellow stars, they will have space stations like this one. So my current quest is to find life forms to ask about the mysterious signal. Which is tough, because there's kind of a language barrier here, but that's alright. The alien squeals as I approach. They seem excited to see me, though I cannot understand their babbling tongue. Perhaps they would recognize the signal mentioned by their base computer. A look of surprise crosses the life form's face, and they release a strange-smelling gas. This appears to signify our conversation is over. Great. Stupid Gek farted on me. Startled by my question, life form emits a dramatic squeak. You know, I'm going to ask you again. We are watching you, traveler friend. Find what we have left for you. Or left you. Though the alien speaks, the words are not their own. A string of code is echoed back to me through the red glare logged directly to my exosuit. The crimson light fades away, and I see a life form blinking at me expectantly. Whatever has happened, they do not appear to have seen it. I should leave. Perhaps my base computer would be able to make something of this code. So, the space station. Every system has a space station serving as its hub. Speaking to life forms aboard the station brings the chance to trade, learn words, or gain standing. Visit technology merchants to upgrade your ship and equipment. Visit the cartographer for directions to outposts and other buildings. Take missions from the mission agent to earn valuable rewards. Use the teleporter to instantly return to your base. So it wants me to expand my exosuit, and I happen to be on the wrong side of the space station for that. But this is the mission agent. Who's not going to offer me missions right now. This is the guild envoy. This is the cartographer. So the cartographer will exchange nav data for specific charts. So if you want to find, let's say, a settlement, you can exchange nav data for a settlement chart or an exosuit upgrade chart, or whatever kind of charts you want. That's why nav data eventually becomes useful. There's other ways to find that kind of stuff through scanning, though. And then on the other side is mostly trade. So, strangely enough, the Galactic Trade Console is like right there on the side of the mission agent. And over here is blueprints. So you have the multi-tool blueprints. You have the ship blueprints. You have exocraft blueprints. Exocrafts are like jeeps and rovers that you can drive around on planets. And then you have the suit blueprints. And then it wants me to upgrade my suit, which is done at this console here. And if it's green, it means it can be used. If it's red, it means you've used it. Every hub that you visit will have an exosuit upgrade available for you, meaning that your exosuit is much easier to upgrade than your other stuff. I'm going to put this suit upgrade in my tech slot, but you can choose between cargo and tech. I'm going to choose tech. And then I pay 1,000 credits, and that cost goes up and up and up over time. It eventually plateaus, but really early on it's pretty cheap. So now, as you can see, it's used up and I can't get anything. But if you're wondering, talking to like this tech merchant, I can buy different mods for my suit. So there's C tier, B tier, A tier, and S tier. So for instance, this Gek here has a shield module, a thermal protection module for cold, and a life support module at S tier. Obviously, I can't afford that cost of nanites, but that's something that we'll be able to afford later on. So now, the encoded message wants me to go back to the Kappan Grim base that I had set up to interact with the base computer. Hey, Bathorn, thank you for the resub. Can you have more than one ship? Yes. You can have more than one ship, you can have more than one multi-tool, although I would say that there's not much point to having more than one multi-tool unless you want a specialty one for mining or a specific weapon. Your multi-tools get large enough that you can install basically everything on them, so there's really not a point to having multiples. And yeah, you can have multiple starships, but generally players will have just like one or two that they use. because you can upgrade your starships to a point where they can kind of do everything. Hey, Carter, thank you for the resub as well. All right, we're back. Let's begin decryption. Message follows. Traveler finds their wings. Fly to us and claim your place among the stars. Signal acquired. Life signs detected. If you're wondering about nanites, there's, I know of a way to get nanites insanely fast. Scanning things is not the fastest way, I'll put it that way. It's... Oh, hey, freighter. Let's land at you. Ball farming? No, not ball farming. There's faster ways. Hadal and larval core farming, much faster ways. I'll share that in a bit. The signal has led me to the wreck of a freighter, colossal fragments of metals scattered across the landscape. Were these messages nothing but misfiring circuits of a long-forgotten ruin? Nestled among the debris, I find the pilot's log blinking, awaiting input. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers. They are followed by a short message. The anomaly comes for the stars. Take flight. The schematic of a hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. So that's what I needed, the hyperdrive. It's the last ship upgrade from the Awakening's questline. I pulled the blueprint from the computer, but this hyperdrive blueprint is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of this size. Someone placed it here after the crash, hoping it would be found. So it requires microprocessors and chromatic metal. Before I do that, I'm going to loot this freighter. Every now and then you can get freighters that have really important resources to unlock in them. And I'm hoping to get one of those. Alright, what did I get from this one? Just nanites? Boring. Come on now. Antimatter housing. That's good once I need warp cores. Toss the goop, keep the poop. Exactly. Yeah, one of the things jamming up these cargo pods is, like, essentially animal poop, but it actually becomes useful later on for farming, which is why I'm keeping it. I am running low on oxygen here. Alright, you know what? I don't need to find a sleep spot. Just dig. Oh, another thing that I should note is the cargo pods will often be very radioactive, so don't hang around them when you open them up, because it will kill you. Starship launch field, that's nice. Not what I'm looking for. So if you hit F, you can actually see the cargo pods that are part of this freighter now with the analysis visor that I've got. So you don't have to just, like, know by heart. To be fair, they're always in the same spot. They're not randomly generated, they're static. So if you do enough of these, it's very easy to do because you already kind of know where they're going to be. Well, that one gave some credits. 70,000. That's not bad, because my next quest is to buy a whole bunch of microprocessors, which is helped by getting credits. And this is the last cargo pod. More Antimatter houses. So to install the Hyperdrive, we need 5 microprocessors, which the game will instruct me to essentially buy them, because making them is going to be too hard, and then a whole bunch of chromatic metal as well, which means I'm going to need copper. So one thing I could do here is to see if there are any points of interest that are going to net me a decent amount of money. So the copper will give me what I need for the chromatic metal. I could mine gold for money and sell the gold for microprocessors. But yeah, let's head over to the copper first and get the chromatic metal we need. I thought I marked it. Shoot. Oh, yeah, I did mark it. It's right over here. Now, often in the random, like, boxes of stuff you'll find on planets, there will be microprocessors, but it's going to be a lot faster for me to just buy it rather than search for, like, an hour for, you know, in little boxes for that. Another thing, oh, you know, I already have 226 copper, so I'll start to turn that into chromatic metal. But another thing that I'm doing is I'm moving things that I don't necessarily need on my exosuit into my starship, because the starship also has cargo, and I don't want to fill up my cargo in my suit, preventing me from picking up more stuff. Oh, that's sodium. There we go. Now this sentinel is kind of watching me, so if I want to resource farm this copper deposit, anytime it comes to inspect what I'm doing, I gotta stop or I'm gonna piss it off. And you'll get the white reticle like this, letting you know that it's kind of watching. And if I continue resource farming, it will like turn around and watch me. So it's one of those things you have to be careful around. So how much chromatic metal I need? 125, I think. Yep, 125. Unfortunately, I also parked next to carbon crystals, so that's going to allow me to refuel the refinery, because I was very low on carbon for that refinery. It's almost out of fuel. Not anymore. I'm just gonna mine the rest of this copper out the quick way, because I don't need any more of it. So instead of taking my time to mine it slowly, I'll expand the mining drill to its maximum size, which is a lot less efficient, but it sure is fast. And there, I already have all the chromatic metal. Pick this thing up. And now what is left for me to do is to get the microprocessors. Awesome. Probably the best way to do that is just to buy them, like I said. So what I'm going to do is actually put up the first poll of the stream right there, where you vote on what I'm going to do next. So working towards surveying the planets to find habitable ones is likely going to look like something like grabbing a freighter. Grabbing my own freighter. Improving the ship, probably I would try to swap this ship for a better one. Improving my personal gear would be getting nanites to add weapon systems, or improving the armor or hazard protection or something like that. Unlocking blueprints and technology would be me getting underground salvage tech modules, and like I could also actually I can't improve guild relations and questing because that's still locked to me. There's a bounty on the ship here, but I basically have no weapon systems on my starter boat, so I'm going to leave that alone. The warp flying really does a number on Twitch compression? Yeah, I'd imagine it would. It's the one disadvantage of watching on Twitch rather than on YouTube. On YouTube, it's going to have a lot higher bit rate, so it looks less wonky. So here's the microprocessors I need. And yeah, I don't have 110,000, so let's sell some stuff instead. I will sell the sweet root, the wheat. What else can I spare? Hey, Petrable, thank you for the bits. The mag ferrite and the pure ferrite I'll part with. Alright, and I have enough now. I now have a hyperdrive. For me to actually launch, I need a warp core or a warp hypercore. I'm definitely not going to be able to make a warp hypercore. That requires me to go on hazard planets. But I do have all the resources I need for a warp core, which happens to be antimatter and antimatter housing. Done. So now my hyperdrive has warp fuel of like 16 or 17%. Auto diagnostics report. Hyperdrive successfully installed. Hyperdrive fuel status empty. That's not true. My hyperdrive is complete. Perhaps I will find answers out there amidst the stars. But without warp cores, I will be going nowhere. I need to find a source of antimatter. So search for antimatter traces with the Starship scanner. Let's do it. It's funny that I already have antimatter and the game's like, alright, but you need antimatter. It's like, alright, I'll take more. I don't mind more. Has been going back to the empty planet too. Way better than that aggressive Sentinel planet. Oops. Kind of crashed into one of those gear-looking things. What is this? What is this? Oh, it's a ruin. Yeah, let's land here. Why not? So the antimatter is that way. 300 something units. Oh, grab balls. Yeah, I'm not about to snag a grab ball. Good way to make money. Good way to piss off Sentinels. I'll do... Is there... Oh, okay, yeah, there's artifact fragments underground. It looks like working towards... Parent Crafts, thank you for the resub. Working towards our habitable search is going to be the goal here. But every now and then you can get artifacts that are worth a lot of money, which will jumpstart my ability to actually start buying things, which would be helpful. Wait, for real? Is the artifact fragment under the bottom of the terrain? Okay, I'll go for a different fragment piece. Lame. Large artifact cache. So the way this little artifact thing works is the large artifact cache is locked, and you have to find keys for it. And the first key I dug to was under the ground and impossible to get to. So I got one ancient key. A second ancient key. Whoa, Scorpio, thanks for all the gifted subs. I don't know, a whole lot of time to that clock. I might have actually screwed up some values, and it kind of looks like that clock maxed. Well, whatever. My math fails is your benefit. Alright, I'm also, like, out of oxygen. Let's see what I can do about that. I don't think I have oxygen on me. If I want a life support gel, I need dihydrogen jelly. Was there dihydrogen jelly around me? Hold my breath. There is. I know. Ow. 20? Ow! I shouldn't let myself get this slow. But there. I'm good. Alright, let's get a little bit more dihydrogen jelly so I have another life support gel for when my oxygen runs out. Because that hurts. So as you can see in my health bar, I'm missing one of my like health bubble things, which you do get back. It's not like a permanent loss. Looks like we're going to be working towards surveying planets. So as soon as I get the, as soon as I get Awakenings done, I'll do just that. Oh, shoot. I was mining next to a sentinel. Nope, just kidding. Wasn't mining. Goodbye. Alright, let's get back to the artifact before I forget. So there's large cache. Please be something expensive. A preserved insect foot. It's not worth very much. I mean, it's worth more money than I currently have, but it's not like the jackpot. Do you always need 3 keys for those? Yes. Yes. Okay. We're in a ruined facility for my antimatter. Do I need money to buy the freighter? Yes and no. The initial one, no. As you'll see. So terminal online, selecting key, decrypting. Success! The terminal is clogged with an unnerving, pulsating slime. Nevertheless, it appears to function. As I touch the input panel, the alien substance reacts violently. I make a note to avoid getting closer. The device opens, revealing a single unblinking crimson eye. It prints out a blueprint for antimatter, accompanied by a strange message. You will find us when the time is right. 16. So here is the blueprint for antimatter, which is fine. I happened to just randomly find antimatter, so I got to kind of skip this. This is a universal language database, and I want to learn a word. The Gek word for Gek is Gek. Also, not cool that you hurt me, stupid little plant. Alright, Hyperdrive is refueled, launch to space.
Warning. Threat detected.
Interstellar travel. The galaxy map offers a wealth of information about nearby planetary systems. Browse nearby systems or available routes to choose your next destination. In space, access the galaxy map from the quick menu, move along the specific paths, or browse to choose your own route. Warping requires warp fuel in your hyperdrive. Some systems require hyperdrive upgrades to access. So here is the galaxy. This is the starter Euclid galaxy. In the top left, you can see that I'm near the western arm of it or something. There is like so many stars, it is ridiculous. Each star that you see is one that you can travel to. And here at our starter, it's a F3 star with water present. It is a Gek-owned system with 2 out of 3 economy and considerably high conflict. So the 2 out of 3 economy there is that next to that chip. It's the 2/3 stars, and then the 3 with the swords is the conflict. And I have landed on 3 separate planets, and there's 3 that I have not landed on, as you can see, with the grayed out and their individual rings. Planet systems are going to be between, they max out at 6, so you won't find more than 6 points of interest. How many hours I have in No Man? 300 and something, at least. So, if using the arrow keys, there are different ways to path. So the path to the galactic core, I mean, you can see the bright glow of the galactic core can be found. So it tells me to jump to Hoslin Leyte next. Although it is telling me that my hyperdrive has no fuel, which is weird because I did fuel it. And my communicator wants to talk. Friend, did you know that this trade route belongs to us? Pay the penalty fine or suffer the consequences. Consequences.
Hostile ships approaching.
Unfortunately for me, I have like only the starter weapon, which is not very good. I also forget my target lock control. One sec. Flight control. Where is it? It's not S. I actually changed the bind. It's not a default bind, so you all can't help me with this. I changed it because by default, when you hit the brakes or S, it like auto locks onto the next target. But that's not how I like to fly. I can't find the bind for that though. Oh, it was just E. I'm just slow. Alright. Basic guns away! Yeah, they're gonna kill me. They are faster, but I have a lot of sodium, so I can recharge my shields. You know what? Maybe I'll just kill them, given the amount of sodium that I have. The starter weapons suck. They're not. Wow, they are really busting me up good. Never mind, I'm gonna have to burn through my sodium badly. That's okay. Will do. I don't like getting bullied. That's right! Oh, you're like a tech smuggler. Sucks for you that I fight back! What's the relation to sodium to combat? The sodium was allowing me to recharge my shields. Although I just used about all of it. But the Gek was very happy that I did this, killing pirates in their system. So they are sufficiently happy. So right now what I'm doing is I'm in an asteroid field getting tritium, which is like flight fuel. There we go, tritium hyperclusters. And if you use the scanner, it will highlight tritium-rich asteroids for you to go for. Just don't crash into too many of these or it will deplete your shields. And the tritium then can be used to refuel the pulse engine, which is like your maneuver engine. Ooh, a gold nugget. There's also platinum, silver, and gold to be gained from asteroid mining. It's not like a very efficient way of getting resources, but it will do in a pinch. And these asteroid fields exist so that you can't be stranded without fuel in space, or like it allows you to refuel. You know, worst case scenario. So managed to get a whole bunch of tritium. I also have 2 suspicious tech packets from it's contraband. It's technically illegal, and hopefully no one scans my cargo. But they're from the pirates that I destroyed. That I can either open up the tech packets or sell them, and in my case, I just want to sell them. The classic dense asteroid field trope? Yep. Yes, indeed. If it wasn't, it would be really frustrating. So I'm glad that they used that trope. Thank you for tuning in to No Man's Sky, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 19th and August 20th. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below, and if you have any feedback, you can let me know there as well. But please keep in mind that this was a mini-series, so all of the content has already been recorded and changes cannot be made. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to help to influence the games that I play, please join me on Discord. A link to Discord can be found in the description of this video and also on my website. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to all of my Twitch subscribers and Twitch viewers that turned out to the marathon, my Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow space explorers.